Hello, my name is Thamriyell, and you probably noticed it or not, but the channel got hacked. It's not hacked anymore. It's back to my control. All of it is back. The best I could describe it is the horses are back in the stable. The stable is still really dirty and could use a little bit of a cleanup, but the horses are back in the stable. I hope it makes sense, but if it doesn't make sense, basically I got everything back. I just want to make this video to talk about exactly what happened and how it transpired, and to share some lessons of how you, in case you have your own social media or Twitch or Twitter or whatever, how you can avoid and learn some lessons from me, a stupid idiot cat girl on the internet. Now before I begin, it wasn't just through my own soul stupidity that this happened. There was an exorbitant amount of disgustingly cunning social engineering that I was affected by, which is honestly terrifying to me. So let's start with what happened. I was reached out on Twitter by a representative, a company called Shopify. Shopify is a software developer, basically, that has a program that they're trying to sell that basically manages your business expenses, manages your business inventory. It's basically a business app. It's the developers for a business app. And this representative that I thought was legitimate acted extremely professional with me and offered to do a brand deal basically for the Thamriyell channel. Now it's not weird to me to be reached out by a brand representative. It's not the first time that happened, and I don't think it's going to be the last, honestly. So it has happened to me before, but typically the conversation kind of goes from initially making an intro to then meeting the people to work with, or going to a platform like Stream Elements and stuff in order to kind of solidify the deal and making sure that things are good. Proven platforms that work. The amount of social engineering that this absolute, I'm going to just be honest, scumbag used. Not only did they mimic the identity of a real person working at Shopify, a full-fledged real person that mimicked all the identity and all the connections and everything. Not only did they show the entire record on the Twitter account of them being like a representative for months, making relevant things and making relevant retweets and tweets towards being part of the business. It was a long con, man. It was a long con that was meant to fool somebody, that it was a legitimate person that knew exactly what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and how to present it. It was a lone con. And that's how scary it is with social engineering. It was difficult to discern whether this person was real or not, because everything they connected with did come off from a real person working there, but they were just spinning lies, basically. So they asked me to sign an e-document through DocuSign. And DocuSign is an official service that basically allows you to sign digital document just easily, so it just can be easily taken care of through the official platform and everything. I don't have any experience with DocuSign before, and I'm assuming the scammer expected me not to have any experience with it. They sent me a slightly modified link to DocuSign. I'm not gonna say how it was modified because one, it doesn't matter how it was modified, and two, it could give more scammers out there the trick to know how to do it. But basically, the official link to DocuSign was modified, and they basically gave it to me, and it was difficult to discern one from the other, honestly. And as somebody who didn't have any experience with DocuSign whatsoever, they tried to get me to sign an e-document that was supposed to be offline for whatever reason, and before I realized it, I started receiving notifications on my phone that the accounts that I was signed in suddenly started losing the two-factor authentication. All the other security measures I put on, it was just gone in like a mere seconds. It was just immediately gone. Terrified from the situation because how quickly it happened. I did work with close friends to secure everything else and to stop it to an extent, but unfortunately in that situation, in that moment, I lost access to my YouTube channels, Thamriyell VR, and another project I've been working on that I wanted to talk about for some time, but just never had the right timing for it, Tales to Morrow. Only a few, very, very few, maybe like 4 to 5 people would even know what Tales to Morrow is, but to basically explain, I'll just show you. For the last year, I've been working on trying to put together something different, something a little bit new. If you ever heard of things like, GTRPGs, D&D, or just RPG horror stories in general, I got interested in that about a year ago. It was around the time when my mom was going through a lot of hospital stress, and it was a whole hospital arc in 2023, and I was honestly just extremely stressed out. I was kind of in a stump when it came to creativity. I needed some sort of an outlet, something to shake things up, do something different. And I decided I'll just start a tiny little project covering some RPG horror stories like many other YouTubers have done. It was supposed to be just a pet project, just for the sake of trying something different for a bit, to kind of shake me out of the funk a little bit. I had no idea that I'd be so invested into making RPG related content or D&D related content or RPG horror stories and stuff until like a year later when I'm here as Tales Tomorrow. This is my D&D avatar, and I use that to kind of like be the face for the channel and everything. And I wanted to talk about and tell you guys, hey, I've been working on a side project. I want to reveal it here, but I guess the tiefling is out of the bag. Can't do a cat out of the bag. So my YouTube channels are lost, and after the initial shock of it came off and everything, I started looking for ways to contact YouTube, Google, try to get them back. There are YouTube channels that do get hacked occasionally, and as unfortunate as it is, I do know that Team YouTube does work with people to try to get their channels back to them. I decided my next mission would be to work hard and contact YouTube in some way, creator support, YouTube, whatever, whoever I could, to try to get the channels back. Sadly, both YouTube and Google don't have like a reliable email to contact or a phone number to contact. So unless you know somebody within the company, you don't really have any other way to contact them or try to reach out to them except to spam them over on Team YouTube on Twitter. Unfortunately, my main Twitter got compromised and I didn't have reliable access to it, so I made a backup Twitter, and working with Thamily, you guys have no idea, we really started spamming the hell out of YouTube. I don't encourage spamming or harassment or anything like that, but man, I just want to say shout out to the Thamily. Not only were we able to get the attention through spamming them on Twitter at Team YouTube, I used the dormant Twitter for Tales Tomorrow that I made forever ago. I went for a Hail Mary, made a video pleading Team YouTube and anybody from the RPG horror story community to try to signal boost the video to try to get them to respond in some way or the other. And that seemed to work really well. So I want to give huge shout out to the few YouTube channels that were able to help me out. I gave a shout out to them on the other channel, but thanks to the Crow's Perch, D&D Doge, and Loot Goblin Marketplace yet again for helping me signal boost my plight and my desperation to try to get my channel back, even though I've never interacted with those people whatsoever. I worked with those people for years. I never had the pleasure to interact with them, but they decided to help a complete stranger to them help me get my channel back, and I'm extremely grateful to them. And a big shout out to Thamily as well for helping us, because we finally were able to reach Team YouTube. And Team YouTube, honestly, in this situation, were extremely goated. Finally, Team YouTube responded and reached out to me and worked with me. The people that were at Team YouTube, I want to give them a huge shout out for helping me with everything, asking all my concerns and questions, and helped me get not only just the Thamriyell channel back, but my other Tales Tomorrow channel back too, and secure everything, get everything back to how it's supposed to be. I know people like to rag on YouTube for doing this and that wrong, and I understand some of the arguments completely. I'm not saying that YouTube is a perfect platform, but whoever that was helping me at Team YouTube, it was probably a few people at this point, but whoever was helping me at Team YouTube try to get the channels back, I am so grateful to you for helping me just secure the channels back and secure the hours, thousands of hours of memories that otherwise would have gone away, that would have disappeared off the face of YouTube entirely, completely unable to recover. I don't have every video, every short, and every live stream archived on like locally anywhere, so all the memories would have gone away if it wasn't for Team YouTube doing the very best to get the channels back. So I'm extremely grateful to Team YouTube for helping out, and to the Thamily for helping us get this far. If it wasn't for friends and family of the channel, then we wouldn't be able to get this far whatsoever. So Thamily, thank you guys so much, and all the friends that reached out as well, thank you guys so much for all the help and support you've given me throughout this entire stressful time. Now, before the video ends, I don't want to go into much of a tangent or ramble and stuff. I just want to say that be very careful, whoever you are, however big or small you are, or if you have friends that have like, you know, popular social media, or the VTubers, or if they make any sort of content, work with different brand deals and stuff, just be careful. I have 5 points to really share from my experience to you, and I'm just trying to make them as bite-sized as possible. 1. Scammers are literally everywhere, so be very careful who you're talking to. They will do every possible trick in the world to try to secure and capture the identity of somebody else and make you think that they're somebody official, when they're really just trying to trick you and take everything from you. Second of all, social media accounts can indeed be copied. Don't trust any of the verified checkmark on Twitter. That stuff costs $8 a month to just do. It doesn't mean that it's the real person. Don't trust, even if they have a verified anything, just because they have a verified checkbox or whatever, or they match the identity of somebody from LinkedIn or other social media, that doesn't always mean that they are the person running the account. Always be skeptical of who you're dealing with online, especially if they're reaching out to do some sort of a brand deal, want some sort of information from you. Just be very skeptical of who you're talking to online. 3, if you do want to get into some sort of brand deal related stuff, I recommend using services like Stream Elements. You don't have to be a streamer for that sort of thing. You could be a content creator of some kind. Stream Elements has a built-in service to connect content creators and brands together to set up some sort of a deal. You ever seen videos about like NordVPN or HelloFresh and stuff? Most likely it was set up through these sort of deals right then and there. They probably have their own different platform. Maybe there's other platforms out there for brand deals, but only work with the ones that are proven, that have record of working with content creators and brands together. Don't work with just any new platform that's coming up with this thing. Work with the trusted brands out there. I worked before with Stream Elements and reached out to companies through Stream Elements to make ads with HelloFresh and ExpressVPN. So I know they're proven, I know they work. So if anything, I recommend using that sort of service to try to connect with different brands. I can't guarantee that you're going to get the best sponsors out there or the best brand deals out there, but at least it's trusted and it works. 4, set up the business email and take all the conversation regarding to business to the business email there. If you make a separate email with Google, you can at least separate your email stuff to deal with just the business and marketing stuff alone onto that account and leave everything else for whatever else you do. Plus, Google has also been extremely great at spotting phishing emails or scam emails and quickly clapping them down or removing them and deleting the accounts and making it unable for them to be able to send emails or scam emails. It's not going to be a perfect solution, but it's a little bit easier to spot an incorrect email that has nothing to do with the brand and has some sort of like I don't know, a .ru domain onto it. Besides, having an email to deal with business stuff and not having to deal with anywhere else is just a little bit easier to micromanage all this stuff. Don't deal with it through social media. Have a business email for it. And 5, probably the most important one, probably the one I should have started off the most, but I'm putting it at the very end because I want to be the most impactful. Do not click links, no matter how legit they look, no matter if they look proper, no matter if they look like a legitimate YouTube link or whatever. Just don't click links, especially for somebody you don't even know. And even if for somebody you don't know if their account got hacked on Discord or something, so do not click links. If they tell you to get something, don't do it. If they tell you to download something, don't do it. Do not click links. Don't do any of that whatsoever. Scammers are everywhere. You gotta be skeptical of everybody you see out there. And with that, that's my story. That's my video. I don't really have much to really say except thank you to the family that supported me through this and through friends that supported me through this and the people over on the RPG horror story communities that supported me through this. Also, the cat is kind of out of the bag about Tales Tomorrow at this point. It was a YouTube channel I wanted to talk about at some point where it was a decent time. Maybe, I don't know, over Thanksgiving or something. And just to say, hey, so I've been working on this project and I'm kind of committed to this project. So if you want to check it out for RPG stuff, go ahead and give it a go. But I guess the tiefling is out of the bag at this point because the cat's here. Now that I have the channel back, I intend to make videos again. It's been a very long time since I made Thamriyell videos, and the hard drive still keeps piling up with streams and footage and all the ideas that I have. Let's get some Thamriyell videos going this month, and the next, and the next. And at some point, maybe we'll get daily Thamriyell videos. That's the goal, at least. Daily Thamriyell videos is the goal. Sorry for all the stress and for warning you so much for over this last week and everything. I may need a little bit extra days because I kind of got a little bit sick. So the stress really rattled me. But hey, let's look forward to more things on the Thamriyell channel. Thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe out there. Don't click any links. And hopefully my next video is going to be something silly and lewd from VR chat or whatever. Anyway, see ya.